According to a Weibo post that cites the LA Times, nearly 30,000 inmates at the Pelican Bay State Prison are refusing to eat their meals in support of inmates held in solitary confinement. The meals were refused on Monday and Tuesday, and the inmates announced what would be the third extended hunger strike in 2 years, protesting conditions at the prison. Now, some of the inmates claim that some people are kept in solitary confinement for decades. Now, the inmates refused breakfast and lunch, and some skipped dinner. 10 of the inmates who began the hunger strike are now also under medical watch. Now, Chinese Weibo users found the story to be quite interesting, since the well-being of prisoners isn't something that most Weibo users would expect the authorities to care about in the Chinese prison system. In fact, many Weibo users pointed out that American prison inmates are rather spoiled and wouldn't take American prison food for granted if they were to spend some time in a Chinese prison. And of course, protests and fasting will only result in beatings and torture. So now let's take a look at some more Weibo comments.
America is really a democratic country, and even prisoners can fight for their rights. We should reflect on ourselves. Americans are always complaining about unfair treatment. Seriously, these prisoners need to be thankful that they are not in a Chinese prison. Prison guards should tell them to behave themselves, or else they'll be shipped to China. They failed last time and will not succeed this time either. Why should the American government bow to their demands? If they really starve to death, it will just open up more space for their overcrowded prisons. We welcome the American government to ship your prisoners to China. For a small fee, we will take them off your hands and teach them what a real prison is like. American prisoners live lavish lives. They watch TV, get fed well, they even have recreation rooms with gym equipment. If a Chinese prisoner went to an American prison, they'd think they'd died and gone to heaven.
In recent years, there have been a number of mysterious deaths of detainees at police detainment centers. Now, these individuals are not convicted criminals, and most of them haven't even been tried. Now, they were simply detained for questioning and found dead under suspiciously mind-boggling circumstances. Now, one of the most well-known examples that set the tone for a series of similar events is known in China as the hide-and-seek incident. Now, back in 2009, a young man from Yunnan province was found dead at a detention house. The reason given was that he was playing hide-and-seek and hit his head on the wall. Now, another incident happened in 2012 when a 42-year-old migrant worker was detained by police in Guangdong. Now, the migrant worker also died under rather fishy circumstances. The police claimed that the man was doing push-ups, and after doing 51 push-ups, the man collapsed and died. Now, there are also accounts of people that commit suicide in their temporary holding cells, accounts of people that somehow managed to hang themselves with shoelaces, and police who forcefully steal dead bodies of those who died under custody away from their families so that the body can be immediately cremated. Now, for most Chinese inmates, a hunger strike is a luxury and a right that they simply don't have.